So here he is, it's the Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise line Wheeljack from the new TV series. Obviously an Autobot, very G1-esque. Don't get confused by the fact that it says Robots in Disguise. There was a Transformers line a good few years ago called RiD, Robots in Disguise. This is not actually related to that, it's just I guess that's just what Hasbro are calling an all-encompassing load of different lines, being them all together under one name now. So quick look around the packet. Intermediate transformation number 2 and Transformers Prime. That's the logo there. Nice picture of Wheeljack. Dynamic pose for him right there. Onto you have got two little swords there, because he's a dual sword wielding ninja-ish type thing, just because he likes busting heads. There's Wheeljack himself. Lovely G1-esque colours on there. We'll get a comparison in a moment when we get it out of the box. Hasbro, Robots in Disguise Wheeljack. 5+ on the side, Wheeljack, and another dynamic pose, and the usual. I mean, it's crazy. Look at all this lot here. It's getting worse every time. Warning, attention, Achtung, sad onion face is coming to get you. If you think that's so bad, there's even more on the bottom and on the sides. Anyway, so this is Wheeljack. He's a deluxe class figure, which is the middle size. You've now got Cyberverse, which is the tiny ones, which is the ones I like to get, don't take up much space. You've got the deluxe, and then you have got the leader class ones as well. I will correct myself in a moment. YouTube and the YouTube logo, blah blah blah. Transformers Collectors Club, and on the back we have got number 1 of 3 Deluxe Class Wheeljack enjoys bringing pain to the Decepticons. Wheeljack Autobot. Another picture of him with his two swords sticking out the front like elephant tusks, which is just frankly stupid. There's him with dual wielding his swords. Transformers Prime. Hasbro. Ask a parent before going online, yada yada yada. There's a Facebook page and a YouTube page, and there's the Autobot gang. So yeah, let's get this guy open and we'll see how cool he is in the hand. And here you have Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise line Wheeljack opened up and out of his packaging. And I'm showing you this first because this is the first and last time you'll ever see me do this stupid thing. He's got great big mammoth tusk swords coming out the front of his car. Why? I don't know, but let's take these off. We'll get in a little close up here for you now just so you can see what's going on. And underneath here you can see there is a tab there and a tab there, and on the sword itself there are two little holes, and the hole just goes into the tab like that. And you've got the stupid mammoth tusks on the car, but you know what, that's coming off. These are going to be saved for later. Let's give you a little close-up of the sword itself. It's actually quite nice. You can see, I don't know if you can make this out, just there's some Cybertronian writing on the sword, which is very impressive. It's part of the mould, but even so, I like that. I didn't think it, I just thought it'd be a plastic thing. It's actually it's, you know, a little bit bendy. I guess that's just health and safety these days, a rounded tip, but it's a nice little thing. You got some detail, you got some slight detail on the bottom there as well. Very nice things indeed. But let's get back to the car. He's very G1-esque, as I said earlier on. He has a very similar paint job. He's a white sports car. Independent rolling wheels, lots of robot kibble on the back. It's pretty obvious it's going to be a robot when you go on there, but from the top, absolutely fantastic. Put him to the side, and let's bring up a G1 picture of Wheeljack just here. There you go. And as you can see, I'm not just being nostalgic here. They have really have based this off the G1 model. You know, more naughty style, you know, futuristic car looking, but very similar paint decals there. You've got the spoiler on the back and the grey detail. You've got the same paint decals there. Very, very similar. Let's get rid of that picture and come back to the Transformers Prime one. One thing I do notice quickly about this is it's actually heavier than I thought it would be. I'm quite impressed. When I've seen a review of this elsewhere on YouTube, and of the sort of the noughties cars, if you will, the noughties Transformers in general, they always look a bit plasticky, which, because they're plastic, and I thought it'd be really light and flimsy, but it's actually a lot more solid than I'm giving it credit for, I must admit. You got to bear in mind I've not actually bought any of these kind of Transformers for a couple of years, really. You know, these deluxe ones, just because you know, I was a G1 fanboy, so I've got loads of G1, and there's a lot of you G1 fanboys I remember. A lot of the G1s had die-cast metal as part of them. There was plastic ones as well in the later lines. But yeah, I missed that in toys, but I guess it's production costs and all that. Let's get a little some profiles then. So you've got lovely little translucent plastic window there. You can see some of the robot kibble inside if you really look, but it's not too bad. Nice rims on it. They're not on axles or anything, they're just like stuck to the side, but you know, whatever. Nice little, it's kind of almost like Lambo-ish to the side. On the back you have got, I think they are stickers. Yeah, that's weird. The red is painted, the yellow is a sticker. I can just make it out. That's really strange. Huh, there you go. Not noticed that before. Same on that side. Couple of minor nitpicks, I suppose. On the back, big gap. Robot kibble kipping out. I suppose you can pretend those are exhausts, I suppose. On the front, the main thing, I would have liked to have seen a proper bumper there rather than a big gap where they want you to plug the swords, but you know, that's me. So let's get this thing transformed and we'll see what the robot looks like. So onto the transformation, we'll switch to macro and we'll try and do this as quick as I can for you, but bear in mind I'm a naughty's Transformer noob, but I've done it once already, so we should be fine. So what we do is, this obviously splits open, and you can have to prise open the side panels. You'll see they're on a double jointed hinge thing there. So undo, undo, get those up and out of the way. Can you see that? Right, onto the legs, split those open, because obviously they're going to be arms. Split the legs, like so. Now this is a cool transformation, okay? This whole section here spins, this feet thing is just fantastic, I love it. The whole foot section spins around like so first, there's a tab there and there's a hole there. You see that? Tab, hole, click, right? Same there, tab, tab, spin, click, right? That's that bit. And then this is the really cool piece, okay? That is on a sliding joint, can you see that? See, it slides up like that and spins. Slide up 90 degrees. Absolutely very satisfying. Feet go up, and you basically spin those around on the ball joint at the top there, so they're facing forwards like so. That's his feet. Move on to the upper torso. The whole thing swings up, and then this whole section comes down like so, and as you can see there's a double hinted joint. This is another very satisfying piece of engineering for a toy. Up and out, and the head clicks into place. There's his head, woohoo! And then there's a tab down there, and a tab there, and that clicks. That will click into there in a moment. First of all, this is on double joint. You've got one joint there, one joint there, one joint there. So this whole section comes up like so. Whole section comes up, and you kind of prise it up and up and up to create some shoulders. You'll see in a minute. Close it down. That locks everything into place. You heard a click, and away you go. So there's his feet and arms. Now this is the tricky part on the arms. So spin them round so they're facing like so. You can see it starting to take shape. These are on several joints, so you joint and joint like so. Joint and joint like so. Spin them round again. So that creates shoulder pads for him. And then the last bit, you pull on here, spin that round all the way, and that creates his hands. And again, you pull this out inwards, should I say, like, tricky to do this in mid-air, inwards, right? The whole thing, when you pull it out far enough, spins around like that, And then he's got his hands right there. And the last bit, but not no means least, you split open this piece here. It's on a hinge, and that creates his kind of spiked stirrup looks. Get everything lined up, sit him down, and here is Transformers Prime Wheeljack in his robot mode. And my god, he is badass! Especially with both the swords. I love this. I can't believe I turned this guy down when I first saw him in the shop the other week. I'm glad I went back for him. He's pretty cool. I'll tell you what made me go back is they're repeating Transformers Prime at the moment on the TV over here in the UK, and I just saw the episode with him in it. He is Bulkhead's, I guess, best mate. He's one of the ex-wreckers in the continuity, and he lands on Earth, and you know, he trashes some Decepticon heads and gets in his spaceship and buggers back off again. But yeah, he looks really good and very G1S to his robot as well. I'll try and get a picture of the G1S robot right there at the side of it. So you can see it's pretty similar even in robot form as well. Let's get switch to macro, get some close-ups of this guy, try and get some better light on him for you. There you go. Very beautiful head sculpt look, blue eyes, no light piping unfortunately. Oh, there is a little bit of light piping, sorry. Bit of light piping in there for the blue eyes, but they're kind of, I'm sure they're painted. Yeah, look painted to me. I'll get a torch in a moment. Lovely little battle mask on there. These things can be positioned however you want. I kind of like them like that. You can hold the swords if he wants, or you can put them away for storage in a moment. Going down to the knees, we'll get his legs straightened up again. Add him in a bit of a dynamic pose right there. Lovely little knee spikes on there. Very reminiscent of the films and stuff, so it's kind of a mix of the G1 and the movie line in a way. That's why I like Transformers Prime so much. It's actually it's a nice mix, I have to say. It's a very nice mix. It's a best of both worlds in my opinion, so that's why I'm going to go mad and get all of these, I believe. Back's very tidy, to be fair, apart from the back of the legs. I've seen some reviewers complain about the feet here, because you've got this kind of sticky out bit that the foot's actually attached to. Look, from the front it looks absolutely amazing. From the back, yeah, I can see the point, but it's not a deal breaker. It's fine. It's on your shelf. It's going to be stood like that or in a dynamic pose or something on the front, so you know, we're fine with that. Take the sword out. As you can see on the back here, just trying to get the macro to focus. Can you see here? Ah, there we go. It's contoured to the shape of the sword, so what you can do if you want to get a bit of a cartoon look going to him, you put the sword in there and it contours to his body, and it's inside there. It stores quite well. Get his other one, stick that in. So if you want, you can have him with the swords in his back. It's they look like chimneys, frankly. They're a bit long, so it's not quite like the cartoon. He does pull them out like that and into his hand in the cartoon. They're alright. They're good for storage if you don't want him holding them, I suppose, and you don't want to lose the swords themselves. Articulation, right. So, well, macro. Heads on a ball joint, lots of movement. Mine's very stiff, can look side to side. Believe me, it's just I don't want to risk it. It's really stiff, very, very new. Okay, shoulders again, ball joint, kind of a in-out movement all the way around 360. Although this panel here does get in the way when you go like that. Okay, articulated elbows. Nothing on the bottom half here. The hands do have a twist to them though. So he's kind of got ankles and he can go in and out as well. It's part of the transformation, but it doesn't look too horrific, to be fair. Okay, same on that side. Hip, usual articulation here. Hips are on a ball joint again, so you've got full range of movement there. It's got bendable knees that will go back about that far because of the feet. Stirrupy, spiky things that can be put anywhere you want, and the feet again due to transformation have got a little bit of a pivot there and a little bit of a pivot like that inwards, So you can pretty much, if you get him to like a Kung Fu-y stance, his feet will adjust accordingly. Okay, so there we go. That is my review of Transformers Prime Wheeljack. Very badass character. I don't want to let him go, he's beautiful. Try and get him. There we go. Very good. I would highly recommend this guy actually. He's a lot better in the hand than he looks in the packaging. He looks very cheap and light and plasticky in the packaging. In the hand he is fantastic. You can get some great poses out of the guy. And if you're a collector, you've probably bought him already. If you're like me and you just wanted to relive your childhood memories, by all means pick this guy up. He won't disappoint. Until next time, I have been Moobit. You can check me out on youtube.com/Moobit. I've got a music channel, youtube.com/Moobit Music. Not a lot on there at the moment, but I'm working on it. And of course I work for GamerDads.co.uk, so check out their channels /GamerDadsUK and /Retrocast. So the GamerDads UK one is up-to-date gaming and gameplay. The /Retrocast one is tech, retro tech, retro gaming, old films, discussions about Transformers and stuff like that. And the podcast is tinyurl.com/GamerDads podcast for a weekly Monday fix. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video, and take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again next time.
I like to move it, move it.